Hey there, friends! I'm Andrew from the Scrapbox, and it's a universally accepted truth that dragons are cool. Everybody loves dragons, and if you think you don't love dragons, well, that's you. What I'm trying to say is everybody at some point in their life has dreamt about riding a dragon. And some people have also misinterpreted that last statement. I'm looking at you, donkey.
Whoa.
With that being said, LEGO has been making dragons to accompany their playsets for many years. There are so many LEGO dragons, so many. Whether brick built, or animal figures, or minifigures, or statues, LEGO has made it into a dragon. But it all started way back in the year of...
The Black Knights are witness to the treasure of the Dragon Castle. Only one gets to the treasure. No! The dragon! The dragon! The dragon!
Out of all the LEGO dragons, that is the LEGO dragon. Part 6129 is LEGO's first classic dragon figure. I have one right here with some neon orange transparent wings. These are from the Fright Night figures. Definitely because they're cooler, and definitely not because I don't have the classic red ones. Okay, you got me. I don't have the classic red ones. I see you typing in the comments. No, stop it. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah! As neat as this little guy is, I'll set him right here. He's very tiny.
It's just a baby.
And here at the Scrapbox, we like to go big or go home. And since I'm already home, we've got to go big. We're going to be taking this classic dragon and making it 5 times its size. On top of that, I'm going to make it as fully posable as possible. That's right, elbow joints, knee joints, tail joints of the works. On top of that, we're going to be using commonly produced LEGO parts. No super rare or custom pieces, because I want you to be able to either have the pieces in your collection with what's lying around, or be able to order all of the pieces off of Bricks and Pieces. You can do that, right? And surely I myself will definitely have enough pieces to make the green dragon, which I told myself I was gonna make, instead of the black version of the dragon, which would have been so much easier because the colors are so more widely available. And certainly that's not gonna be a problem at all, right everybody, right?
Oh wait, there are none. No green nothing.
Anyways, let's get to it. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe, as we're on our way to 100K. Can we make it before the end of the year? It's up to you. Back to it. Now, before we begin building this dragon, we must ask ourselves the age-old question. What exactly is a dragon? Now, when asking super complicated questions, it's probably best to consult the ancient wizard Google.
Oh, ancient wizard, what truly is a dragon?
Google says a dragon is a giant reptile. Sometimes they have wings, sometimes they breathe fire. Sometimes they're summoned to save all of China, and sometimes they speak really weird.
Experts?
I couldn't tell you what's happening here. The origin for the word dragon comes from the Greek word... Yeah, I don't know how to say that.
Dracon.
Fascinating. Anyways, it means serpent. Dragons come in many different forms, but as long as it's serpent-like or a giant reptile, it's a dragon. That's right. So from this moment forward, they're all dragons. Smaug, a dragon. Fang, a dragon. Charizard, you guessed it. Maybe not dragon type, but a dragon. Worms, limbless dragon. Crocodiles, wingless dragon. Alligators, crocodiles. Pterodactyl, ancient dragon. They're all dragons. So I don't want anybody in the comments being like,
This isn't me.
dragon.
This is a
Wyvern in.
Coral Blue #2.
Actually, it's Coral Blue #2.
Anyways, let's talk about the plan. The plan. We're gonna be chopping our dragon into separate parts. I was gonna say so we could build him easier and then the videos in nice little segmented chunks, but then I started thinking about, would dragon meat taste good? And then I was thinking, well, they breathe fire usually. How do they not cook their insides when they do? It's not important. Back to the plan. We are chopping our dragon into parts so we could build it part by part and make it easier on ourselves. And we're starting with the torso for two reasons. Number one, it's got this little stud section on the back. If we're gonna try to get this proportion correctly, this is gonna be the most pivotal piece, because if we can't get this right, I don't think we could get anything else right. And number two, the reason we're doing the torso first is so I could say,
Well, we did it, boys. We're in the belly of the beast.
so this is what the starting segment should look like. 4 studs with little gaps in between. And this is what I came up with. As you can see, it's pretty spot on. Let's give you a spin and turn it green. Now the terrifying part. Do they actually match? They do, thank goodness. We can move on. Our next course of action is to follow these steps down towards the rear. It's also got an immaculate curve that would be so easy to make using these 2 pieces. Unfortunately for us, LEGO doesn't make this piece in green. Oh, I've got a ton in black, but that doesn't matter because I wanted to make the green dragon. So, we're gonna have to use slopes instead. I did sneak in 1 curved piece right there, but you might notice this is not green. As we build, there's definitely gonna be parts where you ask yourself, why is Andrew choosing that piece? Or why is he using it in that color when it should definitely be green? And that's because I probably don't have that piece up. This wasn't exactly a plan, like I'm gonna build it on the computer, make it perfect, and then build it in real life. No, this was a bunch of trial and error and trial and error and trial and error. I didn't know exactly which pieces I would need, but here we are now. And so if you see a piece in a color that maybe it shouldn't be, like it's black instead of green or gray, or it's probably because I didn't have the piece on hand. Cool? Cool. Now, there are parts where I can make them green or the correct color. Most joint pieces are exclusive to anywhere from light gray to black. Now, honestly, it probably has something to do with the scientific chemical composition of the colors, and or maybe they're just lazy. I don't know. I'm not LEGO. Don't ask me. But all I'm trying to tell you is these joint pieces are gonna have to be gray or black. Most likely gray, because those are the pieces that I have. So for the bottom part, I came up with this, and I'm gonna hold it just like that so I can compare it with the actual one. As you can see, it's got slopes on the bottom, it's got a place for the tail with one of those joints in there, and it's got a separate joint for the chest, because I wanted the chest to be able to rotate. Just like in action figures. Now the chest was kind of a hard bargain, because not only did you need joints for the wings, joints for the arms, but a joint for the head as well, and they all had to be in that one little space. So you can see the neck joint is pretty far back, but overall it all fits, and we've got that nice curve, little steep right there, but good overall. Let's attach it. Not gonna lie, it looks a little weird all by itself with nothing else attached to it, but I think it'll work. And plus, you can rotate side to side, and up, up. Come on, hard to do that one-handed. And down, just a little bit. Here, hold on, can I?
Analyze the endurance of spin.
I can't seem to line it up with the image.
It's not possible. No, it's necessary.
Got it. Okay, with the torso complete, we have 4 places we can move on from there. We have the head, the arms, the legs, or the tail. Poetically speaking, it'd probably be right to make the tail go last, because it'd be the tail end of it. You get it? The tail end could be the last part? Well, you're wrong. We're doing the tail next. I'm breaking all expectations here. That's right. Get wrecked.
Tale as old as time.
Now, LEGO, who is a king at part reusage, uses their crocodile tail for their dragon figure. If we enhance a little bit and zoom in, a little closer, Way too close. Back it up, back it up. There we go. You can see it has 3 segments, 3 vectors, 3 lines, whatever jingles your coin pouch. And that's what we're gonna make. We're gonna make the tail into 3 separate segments that are interconnected, and so it's gonna have 3 little joints and lots of posability. We've got our general mock-up of the tail. The segments are the correct length and have good posability, but it's really thin at the base, so let's beef it up. There we go. Now all we have to do is cover the ugly gray in brackets, plates, and spikes, and then we'll have a great tail. This is how it turned out. Pretty well. I'll get the negative Nancy's out of the way. Yes, these brackets could be green. I do not have them in green. Other than that, it's got the right number of spikes. It's got, hold on. There you go, it matches.
Doctor, this dragon's BBL surgery is imperative. Can you do it? You did it!
Hold on. Oh, hold on. We can do this. We can get it right this time. Yeah, sure, that's gonna be it. The tail is done, and it's gone much better than I thought it would. I don't want to jinx, knock on wood. That's a composite, I don't know. Now we can move on to the stomper before making the whomper, and then finally, the chomper. Let's get to it.
Quit dragging your feet.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
The legs are gonna be our first big problem area. We're supposed to fit in 1, 2, 3, 4 joints into these legs and still make them sturdy enough so the whole dragon can stand on them. Honestly, we're gonna do dog rules and say these 2 joints are just gonna be 1 because that's how it works with dog. But still, it's gonna be nearly impossible to get everything to fit in there functional. Currently the strongest ball joint Lego makes is this one right here. Do they have other joints? Yeah, they have ones that look like this. But frankly, these ones limit the posability a whole bunch, and it takes roughly the same amount of force to get it to move. So it'd be much more detrimental to the project than a positive. Increment? Detrimental? What's the other word? I don't know. Insert it here, editor Andrew. Thank you. I made these ones, but they were way too big, so instead, I shortened them. See, only 3 joints now. They're pretty sturdy, pretty posable too. Oh, you didn't see that. Those are his eyes. He's a whole creature now. Disgusting, I love him. Now, these don't have the flexibility to be perfect with the dragon legs, but I still think we can get pretty close. Okay, the legs are done and the dragon itself is looking very promising, which is great, but they're not looking very intimidating yet. And that's probably because they're not armed and dangerous. Oh, that was bad. I'm so sorry. Let's make the arm. This arm is your pretty standard bicep, forearm, wrist sort of deal. Not quite sure how to do the hands, but I did notice that the dragons are constantly flipping everybody off.
Wanna fight about it?
Honestly, this doesn't look too bad. Now, I wasn't able to get all the spikes on there, but overall, you know, not a bad elbow, wrist. Also missing a thumb, but this one I couldn't figure out. So you guys let me know, how do I put the thumb on there? You know the drill by now. Did I position the arms correct? Yeah, that one should probably be a bit lower, but let's see. Okay, we've got the torso.
The torso.
The tail.
The tail.
The arm.
The arms.
The legs.
The legs.
Would you stop that? All we have left is the cranium, the noggin, the big brains of the operation, the skull. What I'm trying to say is this project has really started to come to a head. I'm dying. Why did I write that? Okay, I'm actually not quite sure what to say about this one, and he's pretty chill. As always, I'd love to take a moment to thank all of my Patreon supporters. You are the reason that this channel stays afloat, flying through the sky on leathery wings. And there we have it, one giant green classic Lego dragon. Actually, right here. Yes, it's my little puppy dog, yes. All right, let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good. This is unmistakably the classic 1993 classic Lego dragon. How many times can I say classic, 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 classic? This is the 1993 dragon, blown up to a humongous scale. I don't think anybody can deny that. This monster captures all of the unique and tiny details, minus a couple, spikes or two, but it captures all of the important details that makes this dragon the classic Lego dragon. What's more impressive is this has over 21 points of articulation. That's right, we got the elbows, we got the wrist joints, we got the mouth, oh, we got the neck right there, we got a whole bunch. It's superposable right here. But that does not include the wing articulation. And you could probably see why. Let's talk a little bit about the bad. Actually, there's two major down points to this. Number one, it doesn't have wings. Technically, you can make the argument that the original doesn't have wings and these are just separate pieces. But the reason I didn't make the wings is, I didn't know how. There were honestly three different options. One, I could build it with plates and tiles. I'd have to find a perfect combination to make it look like a wing, and that was gonna take a lot of time, and I was running out of time. Two, I could brick build the whole thing using curves and arches, but I'm afraid that'd be so heavy at the end, they just fall down every time. And number three, the one I was most tempted to do was I can make Technic structure and cloth wings, which we see on a lot of Lego Dragon characters. Unfortunately for that, I wanted it to be accessible for you, and if I'm using custom pieces, then they're not readily available for you. Which option do you think is going to be the best? Please let me know down in the comments. Wait a minute. YouTube says that it has a poll feature, so if you're in browser, I'm actually going to set up a poll right here, unless I didn't do that. But if I did, you can actually answer which one you'd like the best here. The second downside to this figure are the joints. Like I heavily foreshadowed with the legs, the joints aren't exactly super secure. Especially the hip joints. In fact, one of the only reasons it sits so nicely is because these knees sit right below these joints for the wings, and it basically stops it from going all the way. I'm going to be making instructions for how to make this dragon, and I'm probably going to put them on REBRICKABLE just so they're available to the most Lego-oriented people possible. If you watch this video and check REBRICKABLE and it's not there, just wait longer. Anyways, you know the drill. I'm Andrew. You've been watching the Scrap Box. Please, before you go, make sure to do all the YouTube things like subscribe, ring the notification bell, leave a comment, something I forgot. Oh, and most importantly, do not, I repeat, do not romance the dragon. I'm looking at you, bards. You know what you've done. Anyways, bye. Editor Andrew, you always complain about how long things take. Why does it take you so long? Could it be the fact that you custom go through all of these images and piece them together one by one? Or spend 30 minutes making one little icon that's gonna appear for 2 seconds? No, that can't be it.